What's going on, everybody? I just logged into the game and I was met with this message, which reads, "Get a 6-star Jessica Jones. Rare champion available in the Bobble Bobble Blowout." Scrolling down a bit reveals that in order to acquire this rare 6-star Jessica Jones, what you must do is purchase the maximum limit of all available packs in the unit store. It continues on by saying, "This rarely seen champion will be running back into the wilds of the Battle Realm when the sale event concludes on April 28th. That makes Jessica Jones a very exclusive champion. I mean, outside of this special week here, the only time that Jessica Jones has ever been available was during the banquet event that replaced the gifting event around the holidays, December 2022, about 5 months ago. There's a very low chance in those crystals to get Jessica Jones, especially a 6-star version of Jessica Jones at that. Now, I'm using the word exclusive here, but I also like to use the word trophy. Some people only use the word trophy when the champion is rare, but not very powerful. So, Immortal Iron Fist. But me personally, I like to use the word trophy even when the champion is strong, like Jessica Jones here. It's all about the exclusivity. If they're available only in a very limited area of the game, or a special crystal that is outside of the normal pool at a very low chance, or through a limited time offer like this. Group exclusive and trophy all in the same and just call them all trophy champs. And this is the latest trophy champion by that definition in MCOC. And Kabam flat out tells you exactly what you need to do. All you need to do is purchase the maximum limit of all available packs in the cash shop. Quite the trophy. Now, I don't particularly care for this sort of thing in MCOC, but I mean, what am I going to do? Am I really going to sit here and complain all day about something that at the end of the day is, I don't know, I guess just not that significant? No, I think instead I'm going to take a cue from a group of people that unfortunately sometimes is forgotten about, especially by the younger generations. I'm talking about the elderly. A group of people so wise, having lived through everything that they have on this planet, knowing that there are just some things that complain, don't complain. At the end of the day, it's not going to change anything. So instead, what do? Well, they sit around talking and sharing stories about better days. I'm talking about a full-blown nostalgia trip, baby. So why don't you guys sit back, relax, and let me tell you all a little story about how I got my own personal greatest trophy in this game. I'm not just going to tell you about it. I'm going to show you in great detail. Because luckily, well, I've been doing this YouTube thing long enough that I've got enough of the process recorded. Now, I'm not going to hide which champion is my greatest trophy. No, we're going to show that right away, going over to the Cosmics, the 4-star Cosmics at that, because that is where my Thanos resides. Now, Thanos, I acquired this champion by placing in the top 100 fastest times during the Act 5.4 Legends run. A system that no longer exists today, but man, it drove me to do some pretty interesting things in this game at times. You see, I really wanted to place in the top 100, and I'm not the greatest fighter in this game. I wasn't back then, and I never will be. So I had to come up with some alternative strategies. And, well, I'll show you what those strategies are, but first, we need to talk about a little area of the game known as Labyrinth of Legends. This is where the story actually begins. You see, within the Labyrinth of Legends rewards sits another trophy champion, actually. This Ultron here, nicknamed Labtron, because this is the only area in the entirety of the game that you can get a 5-star Ultron, or any version of this Ultron for that matter. There is no 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, or 7-star version. It's 5-star Labtron or nothing, and this is the only way to get him. But it's a very small footnote of this story, because you see, I completed Labyrinth of Legends in part to get this Ultron here, but I actually did it when I did it to get these 5-star shards. You see, 5-star shards were not that easy to come by back then, and 5-star champions were kind of the only thing that mattered. There weren't 6-star champions in the game yet. And Labyrinth of Legends, what a process, man. You could see here that in going through the 100% completion, man, I start to get a little bit loopy looking at some of these old videos. You could tell, because some of these streams were, 8, 10, 12 hours long. They were community affairs with everyone on call kind of cheering you on, trying to keep you sane. But instead, what am I doing? I'm sitting here holding heavy attacks far away from the opponent, just trying to jump kick Maestro in the face to take him down.
Come on, you want another one?
It was kind of working too, which is the crazy thing, with a 4-star Cyclops. But eventually, it's not going to continue to work out, and eventually he is going to take me down. Come on, just one more, please. No, I do go down right there. Okay, so I'm unable to defeat Maestro. I go back in with Magneto. Now this is pre-buff Magneto, and, well, you can hear Cam on call real quick. Let's take a listen. Yeah, he said Dookie. it was something going on in the conversation prior to that, but out of context. It's very funny. L2? Now, yeah. I'm running recoils, and this, I think, is my last champion alive. I'm not sure if I can kill him with a special 2 here. I end up just comboing him down. Oh man, what a fitting end to it, though. This is the thumbnail. We're skipping ahead a little bit, but that's okay. These were the rewards that came in. And I can take advantage of all these rewards. Pretty stoked about all this stuff. But in particular, again, it's all about the 5-star shards. And actually this awakening gem here too. Now, this box has a little something hidden here as well. Rhino. Now, I see that Rhino, and I take that as a little bit of a sign, as you can hear from this video clip.
I'm hitting on that Rhino. It was a sign.
See? Now, before I actually do click to buy this crystal, when Rhino appears, you can see that's what I do. Let me explain what these crystals even are. Because this is the now, I guess, twice defunct featured crystal is what I would describe it as. Because, you see, when 7-star crystals come out only a couple weeks from now, they're not even going to have the current featured system that we've grown used to with the 6-star champions. They're going to have an entirely different system with the Titan crystals, right? But this system actually predates the current system with the 6-stars that we know. This system was eventually retired for being too good. You see, this crystal gave a 20% chance at getting whatever champion was showing here on the banner. So Stark Spidey, that's who I'm going for. You can see they're available here for like another 9 days or something like that. The way it worked is that the featured crystal, it was there as soon as the champion released, and then the featured crystal also came back sometime after that. I think it was 4 months later, or maybe it was 6 months later. But we knew that these crystals were coming back. So I had to complete Labyrinth of Legends when I did, in order to get more shards for more opportunities at getting Stark Spidey. Because look at this, I only have 48,000 here. I mean, that's basically all of it from Labyrinth of Legends. Again, 5-star shards, not that easy to come by. Eventually, they changed this system because, well, it started to get easier to get 5-star shards, and then it would be too easy to get, basically whatever champion you want at a 20% rate. So, It kind of goes without saying, but I'm going to show you anyway what champion popped out of this crystal.
Come on, come on.
Oh
What?
Dark Spidey.
goodness,
That's
dude.
what I'm talking about. Yes.
Congratulations.
Woo!
Now, this was not my first time going for Stark Spidey. And you can see, man, dude, I'm just wiped out. Because that was the final Labyrinth run. I had done a lot of Labyrinth runs, not necessarily back-to-back, but like 3 within a week or something like that. Again, very long runs. And finally, I get Stark Spidey. I wasn't even using the most optimal champ to get through Labyrinth of Legends. I didn't have an Awakened Star-Lord to use, so I was using Gwenpool or just a variety of champs to get me through some of the various challenges on the alternate paths from the main path. Finally get through there, and I get myself 5-star Stark Spidey, of which I also give an Awakening Gem, and I now have an Awakened Stark Spidey. Now, the reason why Stark Spidey was so important, again, this is all about the 5.4 Legends run, is because I developed a different sort of system when it came to, using Stark Spidey. Stark Spidey was a very popular champion. He was essentially like the second most popular champion at the time, Blade being the first, and of course, with Blade, you want to be running Stark Spidey. He's still a good champion to this day, but back then, phenomenal. And the secret strategy that I developed, we actually have to, I'll show it to you, but we have to go back in game for a second here and look directly at a certain synergy that this champion has. It's the bottom synergy on the list here with Kamala Khan and Miles Morales. And it's only the Stark Spidey part of this synergy that I care about here. It says that stun, shock, and ensnare debuffs gain plus 30% duration. Now, I think why Kabam went with stun, shock, and ensnare is because he stuns on the special 1, he shocks on the special 2, and ensnares on the special 3. Makes sense, right? But something that I'm not quite sure if Kabam realized was going to work this way, and definitely the majority of the community, this flew right over their heads, is this stun duration also increases parry stun duration. So, what I was able to do was let's make sure. Okay, this is already set to halftime. Good. I want to show this in slow motion. What you can do is open the fight with the parry stun, and then I could do a double medium attack, which technically ends that combo. But because Winter Soldier here, he's still stunned, I have plenty of time to start my next combo and hit him while that stun is still active. So now I get a full 5-hit combo in. So medium, medium, followed by medium, light, 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 medium. 7 hits, all back to back like that. The most important thing about this strategy, though, is that Winter Soldier here doesn't have a bar of power yet. The reason why that's important is because I'm not a very good fighter. I was not the best fighter back then. I'm not the best fighter now. I never will be the best fighter. But make up for that with strategy. If the opponent can throw a special, and I'm not the best fighter, I will get hit by said special. So what I need to do is make sure that they never throw specials. So, synergizing with that synergy are a certain set of masteries. You see, there's a certain mastery here, known as Petrify. And what this does is reduces the opponent's healing and power gain. I only care about the power gain. But it reduces the opponent's power gain when I'm hitting them as long as they are stunned. And when this is maxed out, 3 of 3, it reduces their combat power rate by 30%. So for those first 3 medium attacks that I'm doing of my now 7-hit combo, they have minus 30% power gain. But that's not all. In the defensive tree, this is prior to the introduction of Ghost, where some people started running Collar Tech for Ghost. I picked up Collar Tech because I just knew eventually this was going to come in handy. So I picked up Collar Tech waiting for the day. And finally, the day came where I was able to utilize 5 out of 5 Collar Tech, which again reduces the opponent's combat power rate as long as you are using a tech champion. And 5 out of 5 reduces it by 18%, not just when they're stunned, but always. So all 7 hits are now reducing by 18%, and then 3 of the hits are reducing not just by 18, but also 30%, which means, again, Winter Soldier here, or any fighter in Act 5.4, will not gain a bar of power before I do. We're gaining power at a very similar rate. Technically, the opponent's gaining a little bit faster, but that's okay. Because all that matters is now I can parry Winter Soldier again, and I can do another 7-hit combo, medium, medium, and then start the 5-hit combo, and I've got a bar of power which can go directly into a special one, and this again is increased by 30%. That stun duration. So now I could do medium, light, medium, and then go into a 5-hit combo. And guess what? I've got another special one to use, baby. So I'm going to do the exact same thing. Now, it was technically possible to do, instead of medium, light, medium, and then a 5-hit combo, medium, light, light, medium, and then a 5-hit combo. And if I did that, you could see here that I almost have another bar of power. So technically, I can continue this. However, it was a bit risky because sometimes if you couldn't get the combo hits in quickly enough, the opponent would break free of the stun, and then, yeah, you're dealing with a special 3, and no one wants to deal with that. But 34 hits very reliably before the opponent can throw a special. Why is that important? Well, let's fast forward a little bit. And I just intentionally die here, just proving a point, showing that I was able to deal roughly 80,000 damage. Now, this is without 2 other synergies. This is, just Stark Spidey Blade for the 3 poise charges that Stark Spidey will get with that synergy, and the extra stun duration from Miles Morales. And this is not boosted as well. So if I'm boosted, I could deal even more than 80,000 damage, but for the most part, I don't need to do more than 80,000 damage because I recorded this along with recording every single fight in Act 5.4, all chapters, the health totals that every single opponent is going to have. And you can see here that most opponents had less than 80,000 health. It's a different time compared to today where, multiply this number by 10, and that's the average opponent that we're going through. Even the bosses had barely more than 80,000 health. So I had to alternate some strategies a little bit there, but you can basically use Stark Spidey's heavy attack to power drain, get closer to 2 bars of power before starting your stun chain, and then there was nothing that the bosses could do either. So what I did to record this data was I just watched other people do their Act 5.4 runs, some of them Legends runs, many of them not Legends runs. And I just wrote down all the numbers and also wrote down the nodes. It was actually difficult to get a list of all the nodes because the paths, they actually had different nodes to them. And not everyone, when going through the content, was clicking on every node. So I did that, and you can see these are the champion that I'm using for most of the fights. It was mostly Stark Spidey. And then this is my team here. By the way, Act 5.4, the maps were locked. I think they still are locked. So I had to also give myself directions of like which way to go when getting out to the path because it wasn't always that obvious. So you can see here, it's like, yeah, I go right, man. We go into 5.4.2. These were special team changes. I actually had people on call that I kept this strategy hidden until like I had them on call and I was like, okay, here's what I need you to do. I'm going to share the link to this spreadsheet that I have. Can you please read the upcoming fight, how much health they have, and any sort of special nodes? I didn't record all the nodes because not all of them mattered. Only when it mattered, like 20% limber here, that was going to mess with my strategy, did I actually write down, different champions to use. But it doesn't end there because, again, it wasn't all about Stark Spidey. A lot of work went into getting that Stark Spidey to try and perfect that strategy. But it wasn't all about Stark Spidey. Other champions were used here as well. And to show off another special champion, we actually need to look at what is potentially the original trophy champion of MCOC, or trophy champions. Because you can see here, for completing Realm of Legends, the quest that came prior to Labyrinth of Legends also gave 3 trophy champions: Cyclops, Rhino, and Ronan. Now, Cyclops and Rhino don't care. Ronan, however, oh My God. Let me show you. So I actually made a little highlight reel after my 5.4 Legends run. And let me just show you one little clip from it. Let me just pay attention to how giddy I am at what I'm about to come across. Check this out.
Dude,
Oh,
this is Machine up first.
oh, this is why I brought him. This is the only fight. You guys ready?
It wasn't the only fight, but my
Is it
goodness.
B-Manny?
What a fight this is.
What's up,
B-Manny?
Look at Ronan. Holy crap.
Oh,
That was Legacy on call saying, holy crap. By the way, shout out to B Manny. I think B Manny just got on the call at that time as well. Oh man, it was always so good having all the people on call during all this. But the reason why Legacy said holy crap is because of this hit right here. This is my first 5-hit combo of the fight, and Ronan just went in there and slapped this pre-buff War Machine in the face with his hammer or foot. I can't remember what the animation of his intermediate attack is, but it hit for 22,000 damage. Even 6-star champions, max rank 6-star champions to this day go into a match to a 5-hit combo. They're not hitting for 22,000 right out the gate, the first fight in a quest without any sort of prior ramp up. Dude, Ronan is a beast. The reason why Ronan is such a beast, if you are unfamiliar with it, I'll show you. Now, a lot of people are familiar these days with Ronan's ability to stun lock, but what some people fail to realize is that it's not just the stun duration that is increased by the opponent having lots of buffs. No, the Awaken ability says here that for each buff the opponent has, well, you're also increasing Ronan's attack by nearly 600. And looking back at this video, well, War Machine here, he's got a lot of buffs. Now, I also use Ronan for some other fights. By the way, this is like this War Machine. He was the first fight at the path, so I had to go through him a few times. But looking back at the spreadsheet here, yeah, there was also like some resistor paths that had quite a few buffs. Just whenever you hit the opponent, they gain a buff. So yeah, Ronan was used for that. There were times where I was using Blade. It wasn't all just about Stark Spidey. He was just, the main champion carrying me on through. Funny enough, if we actually look back one more time at this same video, let me just hit rewind a little bit. You could see, shout out to this Ultron here. Once again, dude, I'm just like making use of everything that the game has to offer. The trophy champion from Realm of Legends, this Labtron, the trophy champion from Labyrinth of Legends, the Stark Spidey, all the shards, all the work going through all 7 paths. My goodness, to have a chance at the second coming of Stark Spidey. All of this, all working together, all so that I can just get and have a chance, actually. Not even for sure. Wasn't positive that I was going to be able to do it, but all of this just for the opportunity to get this 4-star Thanos. God damn, this game was good, man. I don't know if people will be able to look at Jessica Jones in the same way that I look at this Thanos, but I hope so. I hope that every champion in this game has some sort of special meaning to people. And who knows? Maybe Jessica Jones will one day be featured in some content, some follow-up to, Realm of Legends and Labyrinth of Legends that both contain trophy champions of their own. Abyss didn't follow that pattern, but perhaps the follow-up to Abyss will have something special like that too. We'll see. While the game is old enough to be able to go down these trips, these nostalgia trips down memory lane, it's still young enough that, well, the road ain't over yet. But that'll do it for this video. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my story. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.